This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here with Matt's Maintenance Tree Service, where no tree is too big or too small. This local Colorado business is ready to make a difference in your neighborhood. I'm joined here with the owner, Matt. Thanks so much for joining me here today, man.
Absolutely.
I'm going to start off a little bit about yourself. I mean, your story begins like many kids that enjoy climbing a tree. While most outgrow that, some, with the gift of a chainsaw from a father, turn that into a business, really of serving the public now for 3 decades. Share with me a little bit of how your passion began in helping Mother Nature maintain our local landscape.
Well, it started out when there was a big snowstorm that came through and broke branches everywhere, and I went out and started helping people clean it up and thought, hey, this is not a bad business, and kept doing that. And I actually went and worked for another company and worked there for maybe a year, and then I went back on my own, figured I could keep doing it on my own, and I learned what I needed to know from them and went on my own and
Never look back.
Never looked back.
Here we are today. I mean, our beautiful state of Colorado is in the top 5 to have the most trees of all states here in the U.S. I'd say most Coloradans kind of take our trees for granted, not realize upkeep is necessary to fully enjoy them. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. A lot of people, when I go out to do an estimate for like a removal or something, I tell them, hey, you should probably trim some of these trees. And a lot of times people don't even realize that we trim trees out here, and it's a good thing to help with, promotes healthy growth and mitigates snow damage.
Not until there's a problem do we wake up, kind of,
Exactly.
Instead of taking a proactive approach. I mean, a tree can provide beauty, shade, privacy, but if not maintained, can it also cause havoc and even safety issues? Explain that.
Absolutely. Actually, this morning we took out a tree that it was an old maple, and it started rotting away, and no one knew that. They had other people come out there and trim the tree. Apparently they weren't inspecting it as they were trimming it, which we usually do, and a big, huge branch actually broke and fell on the lady's brand new car, and we went out there this morning and picked it and chopped it down, and the whole trunk inside was rotted all the way up to where it broke off the branch.
Wow, like I said, we don't take attention until we see something like that. In Colorado, our trees withstand every element. We're talking about rain, hail, heavy snow. This can cause stress for many. Complete tree limbs can collapse from the weight. Can your team remove the damage and attempt to save the tree?
Absolutely. So when it comes to snow damage, obviously trimming prior would be the best thing to do, but it depends on the size of the break. If you only lose like maybe 25% of the living vegetation, you're probably okay, and we can go through and trim out the broken and possibly bolt or tie up the tree if needed.
I mean, obviously, not all trees can be saved, is what you're saying?
Right.
So when should we consider removing a tree?
Well, either, again, like more than 25% has been damaged,
Okay.
unless it's a really good healthy tree and it just broke because of being not trimmed, it was real heavy, or if the tree is maybe a third or more dying from the top.
Then you're going to come in and say probably best to remove it there. I mean, no matter the type, size, or even location of the tree or shrub, your team has a way to remove it. Does size and location determine what equipment is needed? From a simple chainsaw to your own crane, you guys get her done, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about some of your equipment. What are you able to use out there on location?
So, like you said, anywhere from just a chainsaw or even just a hand silky. It's a very special hand saw that we use for like light pruning or small removal of branches. And then on up to your chainsaws, anywhere from a little one to a really big one. As far as getting into trees, we have bucket trucks, which can go up to about 75 feet. And then we also have a spider lift, which can go about that high, but it can actually go in the backyard. You just need a small space to get through, and we can get that in there if it's a hazardous tree. Otherwise, I have got multiple very good climbers, so you can pretty much climb anything, up to using the crane, which for larger removals or hazardous removals, we would use that, and we can take a tree out from the front yard that's in the backyard.
From climbers to cranes and everything in between,
Right.
it sounds like. I mean, by using state-of-the-art professional equipment, can this provide less damage to the landscape around the removal many times?
Absolutely. By using the crane, we can just take the tree up and over and set it down, so a lot of times nothing less but maybe a few little branches and sawdust gets on the ground.
I mean, in this type of work, I mean, the top reason to call a professional and not attempt this as a do-it-yourself, look-up YouTube project is really about safety. I mean, is safety job number one for you, and why should licensed and insured be important for consumers out there?
Definitely safety. I mean, you can get hurt basically doing anything in this job. And as far as licensed and insured, both insurance, you want to have ask for liability insurance, which covers your property, but definitely more important is a workman's comp, which covers in case somebody got hurt on your property. That way, you're not held responsible.
Everything. Things like that can happen. Obviously, you guys are out there doing things that the homeowner doesn't want to do.
Right.
As I said before, trees can add beauty to any landscape. So when you are not removing trees, you are saving and maintaining them. Is trimming and pruning really kind of a big part of what you do?
Yep, absolutely. Trimming, like I said before, does promote healthy growth, mitigates snow damage, just beautifies the tree, takes dead wood out, clearance on houses or racing up over roads or walkways, anything like that, is always a good thing to do. Other than that, there's different levels of trimming, so we can just do clearance in dead wood, safety pruning, and then on the way up to like a full prune, which is...
Pruning helps with the beauty and health of a tree, but can it also even increase the lifespan of a tree? I mean, so this is not just a cost out there for the homeowner. This is kind of an investment in your landscape.
Yes, absolutely. By pruning the tree, and if we get snow or any kind of wind or anything like that that could devastate your tree and lose half your tree or the whole thing, then obviously your tree's not going to last that much longer.
Yeah.
But also with the healthy growth, keeping bugs out and stuff like that.
Let me ask you this. You utilize obviously the best equipment, but I imagine your professional team's experience of knowing which direction that tree's going to drop is as much a science as it is an art. Tell me about your probably combined years of experience with your team out there.
So I've been doing this for about 27, 28 years now.
Okay.
I've got guys that have been with me up to 8 years. And a lot of experience, but definitely felling trees is something everyone likes to do, but we don't get to do that all the time because the trees that we take out are usually more dangerous or more harder to drop areas, so we have to take them down with ropes and climbing and all that.
Excellent. I mean, regardless of the service needed, removal, trimming, pruning, stump grinding, is an estimate really the first step? And is that free, and how do they get started with that?
So yes, all estimates are free, and they would just call our office, and my office manager, Marissa, she'll take care of you, and we come out, I actually come out and take a look at your trees and tell you, give you an estimate, tell you whether you need to remove or trim, or I usually ask what people want to, and we just go from there and give them an estimate, and then if they want to book us, then we put them on the books and
Get her done.
Get them set.
Matt, as a kid, you had a reputation for climbing the neighbor's trees. Now, as a business owner, your reputation alone provides 75% of your business out there as word-of-mouth satisfied customers. Is this work rewarding for you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's put food on my table for my wife and kids, and it's got me to where I am now, and I feel like I'm.
Do you still get up in the trees, or most of the guys do that now?
I do once in a while. Most of my guys do, but if I need to show somebody something, I'll get up there, or sometimes I just like to.
It's like the old days. Viewers, that's excellent. Let's take a look at the bottom of the screen there. I mean, really from estimate to full cleanup, I personally have experienced Matt's outstanding customer service firsthand. On the website, you can see all the services they provide. Read their 5-star reviews, then reach out today. From tree removal to scheduled maintenance to 24/7 emergency service, I mean, they do it all, and they do it well. Once again, that is Matt's Maintenance Tree Service. No tree is too big or too small. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.